Hey folks, John from Complete Technology Solutions, your friend in the computer business. So we're approaching Christmas, guys, and it occurred to me, my wife and I were walking through a mall the other day, and we saw a trap that you guys might fall into. I want to help you avoid that mistake. Let me show you how. Yeah, you know, we live in a world, unfortunately, where scams are everywhere. I mean, there's always somebody looking to kind of get over on you or kind of get a little bit more than something is worth out of it. Or, you know, we've all heard the old adage that you get what you pay for. Well, in most cases, that's actually true. Now, we have had exceptions. You guys have seen a few of those on this show. But for the most part, that is 100% accurate. That being said, none of us have walked through the mall and not seen one of these 620 game retro gaming systems in the mall. And I know what you guys have been thinking. You're thinking, wow, 620 games, you know, 30, 40, 50 bucks. That sounds like a solid deal to me. I'll grab one of these. But today we're going to take this thing out and take a look at it, and let's see what you're actually getting for that. So, before we start, guys, I want to let you know, if you guys missed episode 2 of the podcast, we have 2 prizes that we're still giving away in there, and this is kind of a sneak peek for everybody that didn't see the podcast. If you didn't see it, jump back the video before this one. That was the live podcast we did, and I'm actually giving away an actual retro game system that blows this one out the door, and I'm going to be sending it out to somebody. So watch the podcast in the beginning. It'll give you the description of how to win it and what you need to do. It'll also give you an introduction to a friend of mine, my partner in crime over there, Paul, the Last Game Hunter. We've been sort of doing this thing together, and it's been a whole lot of fun. So, okay, let's check this thing out, shall we? So, on the surface here, it's boxed pretty nicely. I mean, it looks pretty cool. 620 classic games built in. And, okay, first of all, one thing I'm noticing, guys, this has still got AV out. Now, if anybody here has bought a modern TV in the last 2 or 3 years, you know they don't have AV anymore. They're all HDMI. You might get the occasional slip by that has a DVI or maybe even a VGA, but AV is going away, and we all know that. So let's crack open this box, and let's see what we're actually playing with here, shall we? So the podcast, guys, it was a lot of fun. I actually really very much enjoyed that, and I think you're going to really enjoy seeing this too. We're a little off topic on some things, and on other things we are downright strange. But I did get to talk a little bit about NFTs, the non-fungible tokens. Did get to talk a little bit about the Pepperball guns. By the way, crazy video coming up soon. Right there, I'm waiting for one part, and that's important. That will be the next video, so keep your eyes open for that. All right, so let's open this up and see what we get in the box. All right, right off the bat, you got your AV cable here. Actually, cables are all kind of tangled together. So this is your power block. So let's start with that since it's the easiest to come out. And it looks like a standard 5-volt. Now, this is actually that larger USB connector. Kind of looks like a little house. They couldn't even go Type-C or even micro USB. They had to go with this one. But it is a tiny charger, guys. We're talking about 5-volt, 1 milliamp. So really, it's garbage. But yeah, we'll get to that. So let's take that there. There's your AV cable. So just like every other AV cable, this is going to be that tiny little micro feed, the micro DIN feed. Once again, a problem with these because when you wiggle that, you lose the signal on the TV, and they do go weak after a while. But okay, I'm holding judgment. I know it sounds like I'm all judgy on this thing, but I'm holding judgment. Here we go. So, little micro connector to the, at least you have stereo, which is kind of one nice thing. Most time they do this and you have one channel. So your video left and right. Okay, pulling out the controllers here. Now, they are wired controllers. Now, that's something, you know, what do you want for what you're paying, right? But, yeah, they are wired controllers. They look like little 9-pin serials. Those might, occasionally you can get these to work on other game systems, but they feel very, very cheap and plasticky, guys. The cable weighs as much as the controller, if that gives you an idea. All right, we're holding judgment. All right, let's take a look at this thing. That actually is lighter than the controller, which is lighter than the cable. Honestly, guys, that literally feels like there's nothing in it. So, all right, well, we'll look at it. Let's take a look at the case here. You've seen some of the retro cases I built using the Raspberries, and those things, when you put them in a case like this, they're heavy. They've got some weight to them because there's actual technology built into them. This thing is very, very, very light. So on the back here, you got an AV out, your DC in. On the front, that does not open. That's a fakie. So you've got your two what appear to be serial ports. We're going to call them serial ports for now. And you've got a power button, and you've got a reset button right here, along with one LED. And that is pretty much what you get. That's it. Now, I would call this a candidate for a retro refurb or possibly an upgrade, but we'll take a look at that too. I mean, listen, I don't know if you can hear that, guys. Yeah, this is definitely well-constructed material, let me tell you. So, all right. Oh, and there is a games list. Wow. And I'm not going to go through all these games. Hopefully Stumpy can focus in on that. You guys are welcome to pause it and take a look. But looking at this again, one thing I can tell you right off the bat is there are a lot of repeats. And here's how I can tell you that. This is alphabetical to here. Then it starts to repeat again. And sometimes it's a different alphabetical list. Sometimes it's an exact duplicate of what you had before. So, you know, you get into some of these games and it looks like you've got 600. You probably have 30 or 40 real games. Probably a bunch of homebrewed hacks if I had to guess, but we'll take a look at that too. And here's how you hook it up if you actually need any help doing that. And all right, here's what we're going to do, guys. I am going to go ahead and connect this to this TV over here. This doesn't have an AV. We knew that. So we're going to have to actually connect up to one of the bench TVs over here. And then I'll re-angle the camera over here. You'll be shooting over my shoulder, and we'll take a look and see what kind of awesomeness we got here. Be right back. All right, guys, so here's what we're going to do. I've got Stumpy sitting behind me here. You guys can actually see that, and he's going to be aiming over my shoulder to hit this TV, primarily because I really want you to see exactly what you're going to see if you were going to buy this system. I've got everything plugged in. I've got the Player 1 controller in. I didn't plug in Player 2 because I don't have a second player here. But what we're going to do is we're just going to fire this up together and see if it even comes on. So first I'm going to turn it on. Okay, you don't get any kind of an intro or anything. It just pops up and turns on. And let me verify that Stumpy is getting a good image here. Hold on one second. Yeah. Well, he's getting about as good an image as you're going to get shooting like this, guys. So let's go down the list here. So first of all, the controller, it is working. Well, you got to love that annoying beep as you go down the list here. So, okay, baseball new. Now, I want to look for, there's no chance in actually trying to find any specific game in here, guys. Going through the list would probably be the best, but you're not, my guess is, going to find Pokemons, and I'd be amazed if you find non-hack versions of Mario Brothers on here. But I will look and see. Oh, there are so many dupes, guys. Let's just go down the list, shall we? So, Contra. Let's just start right off the bat and see what Contra looks like, shall we? All right, starting it. And press up, down, or start button. So you can, Contra, oh, loop gun, shotgun, Contra 2. Okay, let's go shotgun. Oh, yeah, guys. I don't know if Stumpy is picking up how crispy that's looking, but it is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. Okay, all right. So let's give this a shot. We're going to start the game. One player. And let's see how she runs, shall we? Stage 1, jungle. Oh, God. Can you guys see the screen tearing? Are you able to see that? Okay, one thing. There it is. There. I was going to say you can't shoot on a down angle, but it's just because these controllers are all jacked up. All right. All right, so guys, I used to be pretty good at this. Obviously, I'm not anymore. Or it's just this controller. The jumps work seemingly whenever they want to. It's very mushy and delayed. Like you hit a button. Are you seeing the delay, guys? It's a good 1/10 of a second. Okay, so how do we get out of this game? All right, that's pause. Okay, you don't get out of it. You just hit reset. All right, so resetting the game. All right, well, RoboCop. Let's just go down the list here, guys. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. You guys think it's real? Let's take a look at it. Oh, man, I could literally go through this whole game list, and I have a feeling all of them would be equally good. What is this? Oh, well, I'm dead. Okay, I have a question for you. Oh, anybody read that language? I think that's... I read that fluently. Yeah. All right. No, we're not going to do that. Like I said, guys, my guess is a bunch of hacked ROMs. That's what we're going to see here. Let's look for something... Oh, this is going to be a mistake, guys. Mortal Kombat. All right, let's take a look at this. Oh, jeez. Everybody's seeing the color. I'm not sure what's worse, the colors or the audio on that thing. All right, let's go with Liu Kang and see if he'll actually do anything. Look, he's duped. Liu Kang, and now it wants a player too. So, whoa. Okay, this is horrible. What in the world is this? Okay, for those of you who know me, I'm very good at Mortal Kombat. This is not Mortal Kombat. Oh, my gosh. Okay, we're done with that. All right, so back to... Whenever you reset, it automatically jumps back to the beginning, so that's pretty normal. So let's look through here for something that we might actually all know. Something along the lines of maybe Street Fighter, yeah, if we ever even want to try that. 10-yard fight. Okay, it'd be impossible to mess up 10-yard fight, right? Okay, all right. Well, let's see what it does here. All right, well, the audio's at least correct. Guys, the screen tearing is horrible. As it scrolls down, it's just terrible. All right, let's see how it moves here. Okay, there are no blocking sounds. So, yeah, and you see how you got the flashing, guys? This is clearly a bad ROM. All right. Once again, this is not surprising. Let's go to the back of the list, guys, because we're not going to go through all these. It'd take us a day and a half to go through this garbage, and I don't want to do that to myself or to you. So, Mario. Yeah, okay, just called Mario. What in the world is this? Okay, let's let the fact that this flickering screen up here doesn't get in the way. Let's ignore the fact that that everything is wrong on the title image, and let's just play the game. Oh, boy. Did we just start inside the first tunnel? I think we did. Okay, so we're not playing the same game because we started at a different place. All right, I want to get to the... Let's see if the cheat is present in this one. I'll bet it is. Well, then again... maybe the cheat is not present in this one, guys. You can't get enough speed up. Let's see. Oh, yeah, there it is. So you can cheat on it. At least that works. But, oh, that screen tearing is killing my eyes. All right. I'm going to run on through this here real quick. All right. So, well, it sounds horrible, but at least it's at the right speed. All right. Okay, so we know at least Mario is somewhat... These controllers are horrible, guys. If they had at least put USB in here, you could have gone with a different controller, but this is just pathetic. This is Fruity Pig. We're not going to play Fruity Pig. I don't know what that is, but it sounds horrible. Bomb Jack, we all know that game. Zippy's 1942. Ye Are Kung Fu. You guys remember this one? Man, I used to spend tons and tons of quarters playing this stupid game. Let's see. And guys, honestly... I hope that Stumpy is getting this. I don't know if it's going to focus on this horrible screen or not. But if it doesn't focus on the screen, I'll put him up in the top right corner. Okay, you didn't get to choose anything, and there was no start screen. Oh, so the jump is really bad, guys. You can't really jump diagonally. Oh, my God. Guys, these controllers are horrible. All right, well... One last game we're going to look at, and then we're going to call this because this is exactly what I expected it to be. I'm sorry to say that. Let's go to Joust. Okay. Let's try this. Well, it looks right. You can't flap fast enough. You know, in the game, you can flap super, super fast in order to gain altitude quickly, but with these controllers, you're lucky you can flap at all, I'm sure. Oh, come on, reverse direction. Oh, guys, this is unplayable. That's one of my favorite games, and I don't want that. This is my last memory of this thing. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to put everything here, and we're going to talk about this system. I'll be right back with you. What can I say, guys? That was exactly the experience that I was expecting out of this machine. Look, we've all seen these. Every time you walk through a mall, you cannot walk by a booth that's not selling a ton of these things with what seems like a crowd around it. Why do we buy retro games? This is a real good question. We buy this because it brings back that feeling of sitting down as a kid or youngster or going into an arcade in the 70s and 80s and playing these games. But, you know, there's more to it than that. It's the feel, the sounds, the beat, and certainly the look of the games. This ain't it. Anybody that buys this, they're going to play it for about 10 minutes, and then it's going in the closet or the trash. Honestly, I played this game for about an hour off camera, just looking for some sort of game that might resemble something we used to play. This ain't it. So I will probably be doing a retro conversion on this and putting a Raspberry in that, turning it into a real gaming machine. But I don't know. Maybe I'll give it away for Christmas to somebody because, you know, hey, I don't want it, you know. Well, listen, guys, thanks for watching. Don't forget, go back to the podcast. One show back. It's episode 2 to find out how you can get these prizes. And don't miss the podcast. They're going to be on every Tuesday from now on. And we've got some pretty crazy subjects. The first one got nutty, and then the second one, we got into raspberries. The new Raspberry Pi Zero 2W, all kinds of cool stuff on that. We got into non-fungible tokens and purchasing these lands. Once again, go back and check it out. You'll really get a kick out of it. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's been a blast. I wish I could say that. It has not been a blast, but it was an experience. That's right. We'll see you guys soon. Have a great week and a fantastic weekend. Bye-bye.